What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV, back here for yet another Tottenham update. We're going to talk about Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Fabrizio Romano just done an update, and he says Tottenham know at this point that it's either sell Højbjerg this summer or lose him for free next summer. There are no negotiations over a new deal. There'll be conversations over a potential summer exit with possibilities around Europe, and it feels like this Højbjerg situation just never progresses. It's always like the same update every time we bring it to you, but I feel like once the summer comes, the season's over, this one will start, the ball will start to roll on this one.
Yeah, I think it makes sense that neither side, or especially Højbjerg's side, does want to sign a contract given how out of favour he has been for the majority of the season in terms of starting games. His age, you know, he probably wants to be the main man in midfield for whatever team he plays in, and I think that isn't going to be Tottenham as long as we have managers like Ange Postecoglou here who focus on different facets of the game which Højbjerg maybe isn't so strong at. So I think when it comes to Højbjerg, I think we will be parting ways with him in the summer. And I do think that makes sense. As much as I do think he's a good squad player, I do think you could get worse squad players than someone like a Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. I think it's more for Højbjerg himself that I don't think he's going to be happy to be sitting the bench yet again next season. And we're going to want money in the summer because I don't think we're going to want to let him leave on a free transfer. We can get a decent fee, maybe 15, 20 million, something like that in the summer for him. I think that'll be a good deal, and I think that'll be a good deal for anyone who buys him. I think they're getting a good player as well. I just think for us, for Tottenham right now, he's not the right fit, and I don't think it's anything to do with him being a bad player. I just think that's sometimes when you're changing your philosophy, that means some players aren't going to be quite up to it, and Højbjerg is one of those players.
Yeah, I think, he's been a great servant to the football club. Ever since he's come in, you know what you're going to get with Højbjerg, and that's always going to be 100, if not more, % in terms of his effort levels. I think he served a really good purpose from the time he's come here up until now. He's come in this season even, and in the system where he's not completely suited to, he's stepped in admirably well. And maybe the levels in terms of ability in this system is not always the greatest. I think he always gives 110%. So he's been a great servant to the club. We saw only last week he was pictured with his new agents, and that he's obviously gearing up for a summer move. So we'll see what happens. We see where he goes, but I still think he probably gets a good club like in Italy. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to like a Juventus or a club like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I do think there'll be some good clubs interested in him.
And finally, let's talk about our captain, Heung-min Son, as Sport Pete O says that Tottenham have open talks with Heung-min Son over a new contract and are confident it will be finalised this summer. Son is very happy at the club. And he looks happy, doesn't he? Captain, leader, talisman. He's unbelievable in all facets at the moment, and his leadership skills have not gone unnoticed. They've been nothing short of spectacular, to be honest. So I'm fully expecting that contract to be signed this summer, and it's exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about this summer, about this contract, hasn't there, without anything being signed as of yet. But I definitely think he deserves it. I definitely think he deserves a pay rise, and I do wonder where it would take him to, this new contract. So obviously, would he be 32 in the summer? Is that I think that's when his birthday. I don't know when his birthday is, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be 32 come the start of next season. Am I right in saying that?
He's born in July, so his birthday. Yeah.
So come the start of next season, he'll be 32. So if he signs a new deal, let's say a 3-year deal, like that'll take him to 35 potentially. So that might be his last contract.
Yeah, last big contract, yeah.
Yeah, and then it'll go with it'll probably be, if he wants to stay on, it'll probably be like yearly deals. Well, we've seen it with Modric. He's like at 30, he's still at Madrid.
35?
No, he's like 38.
Oh, is he 38?
Yeah, he's 38, yeah. But he's been, I think for the last 3 years, he's been getting just yearly extension. So I wouldn't put it past Tottenham keeping him on till, even his late 30s if he's keeping on performing. But yeah, he definitely deserves it. And he's still playing at a very, very high level. So no reason to not consider giving him a contract right now.
Yeah, I think he's the only elite player that we do have at this football club right now. And when you're looking at Sonny and the development throughout his career, are we starting to see maybe a development a bit like, obviously not to that level, but Cristiano Ronaldo, how he started his career on the left-hand side, moving centrally? It was around about this time of his career, wasn't it? And then became a deadly, deadly number 9.
Yeah, definitely. And I think Sonny's improving in all those facets of his game. Obviously, we know his finishing is so elite and he's so clinical when he gets in the box and opportunities to shoot. But what I really like about Sonny this season is his all-round game seems to be really developing. His ability to bring other players into play. He's getting a few assists from central areas. His pass passing seems to be really improving, or at least he's given more avenues to show it off, and that's like really, really great. So I think if he can keep developing in this way, there's no reason why he can't elongate his career a bit longer. And as much as he's a player who is pacey, I think he's also a player who doesn't necessarily just rely on pace to be an effective player. So, and I think we're seeing that now from Sonny.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. So I do fully expect this to happen in the summer, and I think it will be good for all parties. And Son has been so loyal to us throughout the years, and he signed that contract under, when we were in our darkest times, probably his darkest time as a Spurs player as well, in terms of under Nuno, maybe not from his personal performance, but from where the club was at. So Sonny deserves it, and it'll be great to have him around for even longer, the captain of the club.
I think he's on 200 grand a week. So where do you reckon we get to 3?
I reckon he goes up to around 250, yeah.
Knowing Spurs will be 250, but
250 with heavy bonuses.
Yeah, probably makes sense.
But that is it from us today. Let us know in the comment section below your thoughts regarding all the news stories we brought to you today. Like, subscribe, and comment. And as always, come on, you Spurs.